If you're wanting to run your fastest 5K, these are the things that I would add into my training week. So these are 5 things that I've used and to coach other runners as well to get the best out of themselves. So you don't just have to train hard, you train smart as well. So first up is going to be the hill reps. So not the most fun, very challenging running session, but one of the most effective as well. So with this one, obviously you're going to get a lot of power, a lot of strength, and this is because you're just fighting against gravity. So definitely have a good warm up before you start this one. So those short efforts up the hills forces us to drive through those legs nice and strong, and helps us land underneath the center of gravity. So that helps actually with our running form as well. So keep it simple. So after a good warm up, do roughly about 6 to 10 repetitions up the hill, roughly about 20 seconds to 40 seconds with good running form. If your running form does drop down, then obviously stop running, walk the rest of the hill, and then just come back down once your time's finished. And again, just walking down roughly about a 2-minute rest. So if you get down to the bottom of the hill and you've got a minute, then just jog on the spot, keep yourself nice and warm, ready for that next rep. And then if you add this into your running plan once a week, you're going to see some big improvements in your running efficiency and your time as well. So enjoy the hills. So if you don't have access to hills or you don't fancy doing hill training, then another great one to add speed into your running is doing speed intervals. So with speed intervals, just like the hills, they're just going to be short, fast, very fast sort of bursts of small intervals that you're going to keep good running form and really focus on the ability to run at a good pace. So with these sessions, just think roughly about 30 to 40 seconds with good running form and roughly about 6 to 10 reps with this one. And with that nice little 2 minutes recovery, if you need 3, take 3. These are kind of hard bursts, so make sure that you are fully recovered before you get into your next set. And again, you can walk the first bit back to the beginning. And then once you've done a minute of walking, you feel like you've recovered, then go into a nice little easy jog, heart rate zone 2, and then get ready for your next sprint. So this is going to help obviously with that efficiency, with your running speed, leg turnover, and just make you a faster runner when it comes to, especially when it comes to 5K as well. So go out, train nice and hard, train smart, and enjoy this session. So the first 2 can be quite hard on the body, but this third one really sort of ties everything together quite nicely. And these are the ones that I would start with if you was a beginner just trying to get into speed work. If you're more advanced, obviously the other 2 are great, but this one is definitely kind of the bread and butter when it comes to holding pace for a 5K, where you're at, what level you're at really. So next up is the threshold training. So this is your heart rate zone 4. So this is that kind of hard, comfortable pace that you're going to feel that you can hold for a little bit longer. So roughly about 2 to 4 minutes. And it's going to be roughly about an 8 out of 10 as well. So it's a challenging pace, but obviously you have good running form at the same time. And like with all of these running intervals, make sure that you have good running form. Once that drops, then just drop it out, get the recovery in, and come back into the next interval set nice and fresh. So this teaches you to run at a good pace and hold it there, especially for 5Ks. This is golden. And I would say add this in roughly about once a week. But if you're not doing the hill training or the speed work, you could do these sessions twice a week. Just make sure you add a little bit of recovery in, some days recovery in between, just to make sure that you're fully recovered before you get into the next session. So yeah, so keep it nice and simple. So running for 2 to 4 minutes at a nice pace that you can hold. If you've got a watch, make sure you're in heart rate zone 4 or your threshold, and then do that roughly about 4 to 8 times, depending on your fitness level, and just go out, enjoy it, and you'll see some big results with this, especially with the 5K as well. So the next up is the non-running activities. So this is kind of your strength training, your core training, Pilates and plyometrics. So these are key to running fast, and if you add these in, you're definitely going to feel the benefit as well. So as we try to run faster, if you're not that strong, your body will break down a lot easier. So if you've got that strength in there and you've got that stability, then you're going to break down a lot less as well. So the strength training is going to help strengthen through those hips, keep them nice and stable, Obviously, the core work is going to keep your core engaged so you can go a lot faster. And the Pilates work as well will help with that posture. So when you're running, you can actually breathe better as well and run a lot faster, and your mechanics will be a lot better as well. So they're definitely worth adding in. And then obviously plyometrics, we all know the benefits of that. I wouldn't say it's free energy, but you've got that nice recoil energy that you can use as well. So you don't have to go mad with this stuff. So just a couple of sessions a week on the strength training side, 1 to 2 sessions on the core work and the Pilates, and you can blend them in with your strength work maybe. And then your plyometrics, you can add that in with your warm up. Doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It can be just those nice little pogos, just no nice low level kind of plyometric stuff, and it'll make a huge difference when it comes out to running those 5Ks and getting your time down as well. So definitely add them into your working week and feel the benefits. So I find by adding these three is fantastic, because if you've got a nice engine, a good sort of aerobic capacity, but you haven't got the frame to execute that, then it's a bit like having a nice big engine on a BMX frame. Something's going to break down eventually. So build a nice frame to go along with your cardiovascular system, and you should be able to be in good nick. So this is the final piece, and this is your heart rate zone 2. So this is the easy run. This is what your running was probably built off the back of, to be fair. This is where you really build that aerobic capacity, your fitness, your aerobic fitness, and this is where everything comes from. So again, don't try to go out and run too hard with these ones. Again, it's quite easy to do that. So if you have got a watch, just make sure you're in the right heart rate zone. And if you haven't got a watch, it's just that kind of one where you can have a conversation as you're running along. So it's a nice easy pace. And if you like a good catch up and a good chat like me, then this is a good one to go out with a friend and have a nice chat as you're going along, and just catch up really. So yeah, so this one is the one where you're going to do your most of your warm-ups, most of your long runs, and in between your intervals as well. This is kind of the pace that you want to be at. So if you add these into your training over the next 8 weeks, you're going to feel a lot stronger, a lot faster, and your 5K time will come down. So if you're looking for a plan that's already mapped out for you, I will put a link in the description below. Other than that, go out, enjoy your running, enjoy your training, and I will see you in the next video.